Namaste friends, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel Vedic Astro Amit. Today we'll talk about the upcoming solar eclipse on October 2nd. I made a separate video for the lunar eclipse that's taking place on September 17th and 18th. And this one is for solar eclipse. First of all, the basic idea of eclipse is that the sun, the earth, and the moon, they're all in alignment. Sun is our soul, moon is our mind, and earth is our body. So these three, so the body, mind, and soul, they are aligned together. So that means that becomes a perfect time for us to go within and do our spiritual work. So that's why they say every mantra that you chant during an eclipse is 1,000 times more powerful than other times. So it's a very powerful time. Really, you should not waste this opportunity to do your spiritual work. Lots of mantras, sadhana, do yagyas, fire ceremonies, go within. And now and also do not go outside. Do not look at the eclipse. So what's happening is sun or the moon are being eclipsed, engulfed by Rahu or Ketu. It's like the death and rebirth of sun or the moon. So it's not something you want to go out and watch. And then also the general energy is that the lunar eclipse is all about endings or completions because it's the full moon, whereas the solar eclipse is all about new beginnings. So new initiatives, new things happening in your life. So this solar eclipse now, this is a very special solar eclipse. I have put it on the cover also. This is one of the most powerful solar eclipse in over a decade. I did look at the previous eclipses. Usually we have two solar eclipses every year. And so if you look at the eclipse, what's happening first, sun will be with Ketu. So that's sun is being engulfed by Ketu. So that's what's happening, sun and moon both. But this eclipse is different. First of all, it's happening in Hasta Nakshatra, which is not unique, but Hasta represents getting things in your hands, literally manifesting things, making your wishes and desires a reality, grabbing things in your hand that you desire, things that you desire, putting them in your hands, literally. And Hasta itself, the deity is Savitur, which is the solar deity. And then in Vimshotri Dasha scheme, Hasta is ruled by moon. The energy of moon is there. So it's the combination of sun and moon. Hasta is literally a combination of sun and moon's energy. And this solar eclipse is new moon, is the sun and moon together. But then this is taking place in Virgo. And Mercury is sitting there as well in Hasta Nakshatra while this eclipse is taking place. And Mercury is exalted in Virgo. So we have the dispositor of Sun and Moon, which is Mercury. It's exalted and sitting next to Sun and Moon. So giving power, giving strength to the Sun and the Moon. That's one of the biggest reasons why this is such a powerful eclipse. Secondly, we have the eclipse is taking place around 15 degrees of Virgo. When planets are close to the middle of the sign, they are more strong versus on the edge of the sign. So either beginning or the ending of the sign, they are unstable. So at least 3-4 degrees. But right in the middle of the sign, 15 degrees of Virgo, that's amazing. That's a really, really powerful eclipse. And in fact, Mercury gets exalted exactly in the middle of the degree-wise. Mercury gets exalted around 15 degrees. So that's a powerful eclipse taking place right in the middle of the sign. Thirdly, we have the aspect of Jupiter on both Sun and Moon and Mercury, all the planets sitting and Ketu sitting in Virgo. So Jupiter from Taurus is giving the trinal aspect on all these four planets. So that's the energy of the Guru, the blessings of Brihaspati. Next thing, number 4, Saturn is retrograde. It's in Aquarius. So Aquarius, Saturn retrograde, you can pretty much bring it back to Capricorn. So from Capricorn, Saturn is giving trinal aspect to these four planets as well. In Bhrigunandi Nadi, we always look at the trinal aspect of every planet because it's the same tattva, same element. The sign is the same element. So we have Saturn's aspect on these four planets as well, Sun, Moon, Ketu, and Mercury. So now we have a combination of Saturn and Jupiter's drishti aspect, their energy, their focus is on all these four planets. Wherever there is a combined influence, a double aspect of Jupiter and Saturn, we have things manifest. So those the things are associated with that house, with that sign, they manifest, they give results. We have concrete results, actual things happening around those houses, that house or that sign. So these are several things lining up, really powerful. And on top of that, Venus is going to be in Libra. Venus is the ruler of Libra, and it's going to be in the second house from where all this action is taking place. So that's giving power to all these planets as well. And finally, this eclipse will be on a Wednesday. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. So the Vara means the day of the week. The Vara Lord, which is Mercury, is going to be extremely powerful. As we saw, it's going to be exalted pretty much middle of the sign. So the Vara Lord is very uh, strong, and so that's giving strength to this whole lineup of planets, and that's causing the solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. So now, eclipse means there could be some things that are going to be difficult, like it's the rebirth of the sun. It's the death. First there's death, and then there's rebirth. Always remember that. So there could be some kind of ending, some kind of letting go is possible. And especially if we are not on the spiritual path, we'll feel a lot of this turmoil and change and transformation because of this eclipse. But if you're on the spiritual path, there is a lot to gain, even in the material sense. And other thing to remember is the eclipse energy stays, or it gives us results, impact for over 6 months, 6 months to a year. That's how long the impact of the eclipse can last. So this video, you can come back to this over the next 6 months. So the impact of this eclipse, the results that we'll talk about, will be experienced over the next 6 months to a year. So that means whatever remedies I suggest, whatever things we discuss, that these are the things you can initiate. So solar eclipse is all about initiation. So things you can initiate now during the eclipse or around the eclipse, those will give you results over the next 6 months to a year. So the takeaway is that you should initiate some of the things, do some of the remedies during this eclipse, but then don't expect results immediately. The results will come over the next 6 months or a year. You'll see those results manifesting slowly. So that's all about eclipse. And then now we'll talk about all of the 12 rising signs. So this video, you want to focus on the rising sign, the Lagna. You can look at the moon sign also if you don't know your rising sign, or if your moon is stronger than your Lagna, then you can always see from the moon sign, but we'll focus on the rising sign. So let's discuss all of the 12 signs. Before that, if you like the content so far, please like, share, and subscribe. And also hit the bell icon so you get the notification immediately as soon as the new videos are released. And also we have a new course, a new batch coming up starting on September 25th for the level 1 course. That's a 24-week in-depth course. You'll not find that type of learning, teaching anywhere else. And you can register on the website, VedicAstrology.com. And also, if you want to look at your chart, book a consultation. So that way we can discuss things about these transits in detail based on your chart, because these are generic predictions, but they'll be modified based on your natal chart. So let's get started with Aries rising. So this is what's happening. This is a very powerful solar eclipse. So this will give a lot of positive results to a lot of people. Now, as I mentioned, predictions are for the next 6 months, and we'll give remedies for all the 12 signs. These are some of the things, major, things that make this eclipse a very powerful eclipse. So let's look at Aries rising first. All right. So for Aries rising, we have the number 1 sign is Aries, and this is the chart for Aries rising. And as you can see, the eclipse will be this is the precise time of the eclipse. That is the exact moment of new moon, both in US and in India IST. But remember that the impact will be felt for the next 6 months. So that's so it's very important to see, do these remedies, do these things, initiate these projects, and then the results will come over the next 6 months to a year. And again, solar eclipse is the new moon, and First of all, so this eclipse for Aries rising, this is taking place in your sixth house. Okay, sixth house, that is Virgo. The sign is Virgo. So you see here number 6. It's Virgo, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Ketu. All of them are lined up in your sixth house. And so what's happening? The solar eclipse, that's the Sun. Is your fifth lord. Sun is the ruler of Leo, sitting in the sixth house. Okay, so 5L in 6H here means the fifth lord is sitting in the sixth house, and that's getting eclipsed. So first of all, as I mentioned in the intro section, watch the intro section. Very important and useful information there. The solar eclipse in general is the time of new beginnings, new initiatives. Is the new moon and new cycle. And so first, this is taking place in your sixth house. So something new with respect to your health. It's a perfect time to begin a new health routine, or maybe ways of dealing with your health, or some remedies, or just some things like meditation and things that would help with your health. And if you are having any acute disease, any health issues, this eclipse will boost your health. Whenever Sun goes in the sixth house, Sun gives you the strength to fight with the enemies. Sun gives you immunity and better health, because sixth house relates with health. Secondly, sixth house is our job. It's our work, our profession, our 9 to 5 kind of a job. So when Sun goes there and with the solar eclipse, be careful about any misunderstandings, because it's still Sun with Ketu. But this will give you a boost in your job. You may get new job opportunities, or in your current job, you may feel very confident, and there'll be good opportunities within your current job as well. Secondly, because the fifth house ruler is getting the strength, the Sun is getting the strength, and it getting the strength because of all of the factors we discussed in the intro section. Of course, eclipse is a sensitive time, but it is going to give you this powerful results over the next 6 months to a year. So a wonderful time for your children. There'll be new beginnings in life of your children, some new projects, some new things, and you can initiate some new things, new projects with your children. So spend more time with your children. This is the time to do that. Secondly, fifth house is also our romantic relationships. Here, your love life may see better days. You may find somebody, or if you're already in a romantic relationship, you will see improvement. There'll be huge improvements in your romantic relationship. Sixth house deals with the legal issues also. So that's one of the biggest caution, is that you want to be careful not to take any major decisions or initiatives with respect to the legal issues. Although Sun here will give you the boost, the power to fight with the enemies, but then Ketu there as well. That means there could be some headless mistakes. So careful with any legal issues. If possible, just lay low. Don't make any major decisions and postpone anything if possible. Any major things related to legal issues. Do not take any new debts or loans. That is also sixth house. And other than that, this will give you boost a lot of initiatives, opportunities for new projects, new things in your life. So the remedies, all of these things are remedies, meaning focus on your job, new job opportunities, focus on your health. And then also sixth house is about service to other people. So do a lot of volunteer service and focus on your health and focus on health of other people. So you can do some health related charities. That is the best. One of the key remedies for this eclipse is give any health related, give donations to any health related charities. And of course, the usual remedies for all the 12 signs, that is for any eclipse, is do lots of meditation. You can chant Gayatri mantra, and you can focus on the rising sun. So those are some of the big remedies for this solar eclipse. So if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and you can join our courses as well, very in-depth courses. The next batch is starting on September 25th for the level 1 course. And watch the intro section, because there we discussed why this is such a powerful eclipse, very different from the previous ones. Next is Taurus rising. So for Taurus rising, and this is based on the rising sign, as you can see, this is the exact moment of eclipse, October 2nd in US and October 3rd, the early morning in India. Now that's the moment of eclipse. So that's the day you want to spend doing meditation, fasting, giving charity, donations. And we'll discuss specific remedies for Taurus rising. But overall, that's the day. That's the day you want to do things or initiate things. But the impact will be there for the next 6 months to a year. That's the nature of an eclipse. So do things around that day, a couple of days before and after also, but specifically meditation and I'll do on that day. But and do those things. But then you'll see the results over the next 6 months to a year. And this is a very, very powerful, very unique, very different solar eclipse. I've discussed the reasoning in the intro section why this is such a powerful eclipse and can give us huge results. Solar eclipse means new beginnings. And there could be some misunderstandings, illusion, because Sun is being eclipsed by Ketu. But this gives birth to a lot of immense, powerful initiatives and new things in your life. What things you can experience, you can expect as Taurus rising. This is the fourth lord. Sun is your fourth lord. Sun is the ruler of Leo, and that's the fourth house. Ruler of that is getting eclipse in the fifth house. So there's a connection of the fourth house and the fifth house, but Sun is getting the strength from Mercury. The dispositor is very strong, exalted here, and it's in the middle of the sign. So first of all of the things related to your fifth house, you may expect new beginnings. So that means there could be a new chapter of relationship with your children. You may develop better relationship with your children. Secondly, in your children's life themselves, they may have new beginnings, new projects, new initiatives. This is the time for creativity. Fifth house is creativity. When Sun and Moon and Mercury and Ketu there, this is massive energy. And then aspect of Jupiter and also trinal aspect of Saturn, because it's retrograde and it comes back to Capricorn. And so Sun, Moon, Mercury, Ketu, Saturn, Jupiter, all of these are having influence on your fifth house of creativity, massive portals of creativity opening. Just start something new with your children or with your romantic partner or with just by yourself. And fifth house is romantic partnership, also romantic relationship. So you may enter into a new romantic relationship, or if you are existing, are in a relationship, this may usher in a new era, new beginning, new initiatives, new kind of chapter in your romantic relationship. That's the fifth house. And then fifth house is also the mantra, chanting the mantra, the sound energy. So an eclipse, anyway, any eclipse is a perfect time to initiate mantra sadhana. So if you want to start chanting any new mantras, this is the time, this is the day, October 2nd and 3rd, start chanting new mantras on this day. Or if you already chant mantras, just do lots and lots of chanting, because for Taurus rising, this eclipse in the fifth house of mantra shastra. And so mantras are very powerful. That's biggest remedy for Taurus rising, is to chant lots of mantras. And now Sun is your fourth lord, right? So that will give you a lot of new opportunities, new beginnings in terms of real estate also. And also you may do renovation of your home or just better home environment. And then also this will develop a new relationship or something new phase, new chapter in your mother's life, or with your relationship with your mother. And so all those things are getting a boost, the fourth house especially, and the fifth house. And Venus is sitting in the seventh house in Libra. That's also very strong. But overall, focus on creativity. And also, but one caution, be careful with any stock market investments, because eclipse is not a good time to venture into any risky endeavors. So careful on that front. But other than that, powerful time to activate your fifth house and your fourth house. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also consider joining our courses. The next batch for level 1 is starting on September 25th. Check out the details on website, Vedic Astro Amit. You can directly enroll there. If you have questions, you can email me here, amit@vedicastroamit.com, or WhatsApp me directly on this number. So that's for the Taurus rising, the impact of this eclipse. Watch the intro section where we discussed why this is such a powerful eclipse. Yeah. Next is Gemini rising. For Gemini, the number 3 sign you can see here. This is based on the Lagna, and this is the exact timing of the eclipse, but the effects will be felt over the next 6 months to a year. And this eclipse, to understand why this is such a powerful eclipse, different from the previous years, over a decade, this is going to be the most powerful eclipse. Watch the intro section. And this eclipse is taking place in Hasta Nakshatra. So literally, Hasta means hands. And the idea is that you have the potential, the power. This eclipse is going to give you opportunity to bring things that you desire in your hands, literally. That is the energy, that's the Shakti of Hasta Nakshatra. And the deity is Savitur. So Gayatri mantra chanting will be very powerful during this eclipse. And so this eclipse is taking place in your 4th house for Gemini rising. 4th house deals with real estate. 4th house is our inner happiness. 4th house is a place of residence, our home. 4th house represents our mother. So you will have opportunities, new ideas, new initiatives, new projects related to those areas of life, because solar eclipse represents new beginnings. It's the new moon. And it's a very powerful new moon, because Sun, Moon, Mercury, Ketu, they're very powerful because the dispositor Mercury is exalted. It's sitting in the middle of the sign, and so something new with respect to real estate, something new with respect to your home, maybe renovation or something. But the most powerful thing that you can do is to make your home an ashram, a sanctuary. Do some spiritual practices at home, because it's taking place in your 4th house. So you can organize, let's say, Vipassana full day meditation on that day, or any like a 1 hour, 2 hour meditation in your home, or just chanting, lots of chanting of Gayatri mantra throughout the day. Or you can do Yagya, Havan, fire ceremony, Vedic ritual in your home on that day. These are very powerful for you. The results you won't see immediately, of course, you'll see over the next 6 months to a year. And eclipse is also, remember, it's a time of change and transformation. So you will see, it's not that directly you'll see these new opportunities, new things falling in your lap. There could be change, there could be transformation. That's the nature of any eclipse. So that's going to happen in your 4th house. And then at the same time, the 3rd house is getting the strength, because the ruler of the 3rd house is Sun, it's the sign of Leo, and the Sun is getting all the strength. Be careful. One caution is, in signing any contracts or documents, be very careful, and be very careful in your communication. That's the 3rd house matters, but you will be very powerful. Your communication will come from a very deep source, because Sun is with Ketu, and especially the written communication and networking. So this is a time to go out and network with people. You'll find a lot of ideas, opportunities, and projects. 3rd house also represents our younger siblings, especially, and also our close friends who we treat just like our siblings, and neighbors who are close to us. So all of those people will give you opportunities to do something new, create something new. So interact a lot with these people in your life throughout the next 6 months to a year. You'll have lots of good things to manifest along with these people. And then Jupiter is aspecting from the 12th house. So that's a classic telling you that there could be opportunities from abroad, but literally foreign travel and connecting with people from abroad. And that's going to be a big thing. That is abroad, but also because 3rd house is short distance travels. So within the city, very fruitful time. You'll have a great success going around the city, meeting people, attending fairs, and doing things. Now, finally, the 3rd house represents our skills. And so this is absolutely fantastic time for you to pick up some new skills. That could be for your profession or for your hobby, for your, let's say playing some musical instrument, especially something to do with your hands. Using your hands, you can start something new. So that's the overall energy. Remember, this is in the nakshatra of Hasta, which is all about manifestation. So you'll manifest things with respect to the 4th house, with respect to the 3rd house, especially. These 2 houses are completely activated for Gemini rising. And that's and now see, for Gemini rising, this is doubly powerful, even more powerful than any other sign. So for Gemini and Virgo, actually, this will be absolutely fantastic, because your Lagna Lord is exalted and Lagna Lord is Mercury, is giving strength, all the strength to the sun and the moon. And so it's a very special, extremely powerful time for Gemini. Rise and shine. And fourth house is all about inner happiness. So this eclipse will help you, guide you, what makes you happy, what really what gives you the lasting, everlasting happiness you'll discover during this eclipse if you go within, because eclipse, you have to go within. Only then you'll discover these pearls of wisdom, because eclipse means sun and the moon and the earth, they are aligned in a straight line, that astronomically, that means our mind, our body, and soul are are aligned. So very powerful time for Gemini. I cannot overemphasize how amazing, huge opportunities await. But be careful about some of the things that we discussed. Other than that, this is a very powerful, positive eclipse that's going to give you lots of opportunities. All right, so if you are interested in learning, you can join our courses. VedicAstrology.com has all the details. Next is Cancer rising, Cancer Lagna. This solar eclipse will be taking place specifically the peak of the eclipse. The solar eclipse means new moon. So the exact moment of Amavasya or new moon will be on October 2nd in US and October 3rd in India. This is the time. So what you want to do is on that day, lots of meditation, lots of yagyas, homas, mantras, lots of chanting, and then lots of donation also if possible. That's the day to do all of these things. And then you'll see the impact, the results over the next 6 months to a year. That's what solar an eclipse means. And we'll discuss all these remedies and things you can do on around those days, and then you'll see the results over the next 6 months to a year. See, a solar eclipse is all about new beginnings. Lunar eclipse is all about endings or completion, whereas solar eclipse is the Amavasya, the new moon. It's a new cycle. So an eclipse is a powerful time. Sun and Ketu, it's a very interesting combination. Sun and Ketu is also known as Dhwaja Kirti Yoga. So name and fame is associated with Sun and Ketu, but then there could be misunderstandings or headless mistakes or loss of ego. That is because Sun is our ego and Ketu cuts off everything. So the loss of ego, meaning you want to be very humble, surrender your ego. That is the best remedy for any, especially the solar eclipse taking place with Sun and Ketu. So what things are happening? So what can you expect the Cancer rising? You will see a lot of opportunities around your third house and your second house. Why third house? Because the eclipse itself is taking place in your third house. It's a very powerful eclipse. The dispositor, which is Mercury, the ruler of third house is Mercury. The sign is Virgo, is exalted. It's sitting with Sun and Moon. It close to the middle of the sign, and watch the intro section why we say this is one of the most powerful eclipses in over a decade. And so this is absolutely fantastic time for Cancer rising to do lots of focus on networking, focus on your marketing, go short distance travels within the city, focus on communication, especially written communication like emails and reaching out to people, and then connect with people. That's the whole idea, because Jupiter is also sitting in your 11th house. And so Jupiter is connecting with them. 11th house is connection with the masses. Third house is connection, like, networking and all of that. And so those both houses are active. Jupiter is giving blessings from the 11th house. At the same time, so when we're on the topic of communication, the second house is also getting all the strength is activated, because the ruler of second house is Sun. The sign is Leo, which is ruled by the Sun. Sun is getting the strength. So the speech is represented by the second house. So this is the time for powerful speech. That will come from a very deep place, because Sun is with Ketu. That is, Ketu is lineage and Ketu is real wisdom, digested wisdom. Ketu is past life, all the blessings of the ancestors. So you'll have these inspirations and blessings and guidance from real deep source and ancestors. And so focus on giving webinars, giving speeches. Very powerful time. Of course, there could be a misunderstanding in communication as well, because of the Sun and Ketu, and so be careful about that. But one of the biggest thing is careful with signing contracts and documentation. That's the area you need to like read the fine print, read anything that you sign before you sign it. Very careful for Cancer rising. And third house represents new skills. And this, as I mentioned, solar eclipse is all about new beginnings. So this is perfect time for you to learn some new skills. Could be something with your hands, because third house represents our hands and shoulders and arms. So something to do with your hands, like picking up a musical instrument or something. But overall could be any skill. And that skill could be related to your job or work or profession, or for your personal development, or as a hobby, something that gives you happiness. And then third house, see the sun, wherever sun goes, it gives you strength, it gives you power. Sun is the king of the solar system. So this eclipse will give you this power to deal with your day-to-day challenges, because third house represents our courage to deal with issues in our daily life. So you'll feel courageous, you'll feel very, very strong dealing with challenges, obstacles in your daily life. See the Cancer uh, rising, it's ruled by moon, and moon is with sun, it's a new moon with Ketu, so there could be a lot of emotions going on. That's one of the cautions that you want to be careful about. And then this is also going to activate your finances. Your second lord and your 11th lord both are very strong. Second lord is the sun, very strong, sitting with the exalted Mercury. And 11th lord is Venus, sitting happily in the fourth house in the sign of Libra, in own sign. So very strong. And then, of course, you have Jupiter in the 11th house as well, giving you expansion. So all of that means this is an absolutely fantastic time for financial abundance. It doesn't mean you'll get, windfall of money on October 2nd or 3rd. It means initiate some projects, or some things have been in the pipeline. So those will give you results and rewards over the next 6 months to a year. And this eclipse taking place in Hasta Nakshatra. So Hasta means manifestation. It means doing things with your hands. So doing mudras with your hands, it's very important. And one of the caution is, do not micromanage things in your life. That's the nature of Virgo. That's Mercury exalted, especially. So a lot of analytical energy is there, but try not to micromanage everything. So that's another caution. So that's for the sign of Cancer. If you like the content, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And also, if you're interested in learning in-depth astrology, join our courses. The next level 1 or beginners course is starting on September 25th. It's a live course on Zoom. We have some other courses as well. So that's for the sign of Cancer. Next is Leo rising, Leo Lagna, Leo. For Leo, of course, this is a very powerful time because your Lagna Lord is getting eclipsed. So what's happening? The exact date of the eclipse is October 2nd and October 3rd in India, October 2nd in the US. So that day, do lots of meditation, do lots and lots of Gayatri Mantra. For Leo rising, the biggest mantra is Gayatri Mantra for this eclipse. And you can chant that. You can also do Yagya Havan Homa with Gayatri Mantra. So Gayatri Yagya you can do. But the effects of the eclipse will be felt for the next 6 months to a year. Now, this is a time of complete transformation for you, because your Lagna Lord is getting eclipsed. Eclipse, watch the intro section. We discussed the meaning and the details of why this is such a powerful eclipse in over a decade. And your Lagna Lord getting eclipsed means it is the birth, it's the death and birth. So it's kind of like rebirth. So first, your ego, yourself, your personality will die. And then you'll be born as a new person, as a new being. So that's the energy of this eclipse. So you'll feel massive changes over the next 6 months to a year. But what you can do on your side, from your side, on those days, around those days, is especially on that day, of course, you can do you should do lots of meditation, mantras, and donations on that day. But around those, a few days before and after, you can focus on yourself, who you are. That's the number one key thing you should focus on, is who you are. What's your purpose of your existence? Why you're here? That's the Lagna Lord. Secondly, the second house is getting activated. That's where the eclipse is going to be. And solar eclipse is the time of new beginnings, new opportunities, new initiatives. Lunar eclipse, on the other hand, is the time of endings and completion. So that's so lots of good opportunities for you with respect to the second house. One is focus on maybe starting some better diet, sattvic diet. The food that you eat should be very dharmic and sattvic. Secondly, you can focus on your speech. This is a powerful time. You can rise and shine. You are a born leader. Leo people are leaders anyway. And now your second house is completely getting activated for the next 6 months to a year. Be a speaker. Use your voice. It'll come from a very deep source because Ketu is helping you. Sun and Ketu together is Dwaja Kirti Yoga. That means a combination for name and fame through speech. Okay, so as I wrote here, also self-transformation through speech. So helping other people, improve their lives, awaken, and that's the theme. That's the energy. That's the blessings that you have through this eclipse. And at the same time, second house is our accumulated resources. That's our family wealth. And so you will get a lot of ideas and initiatives and opportunities to improve your financial wealth, to improve your family wealth, your resources. So work on a lot of things, new initiatives around those areas that'll give you the blessings over the next 6 months to a year. So that's for Leo rising. And also, the Lagna represents our health in general. So for you, health is very important. This is going to boost your health. This eclipse will give you opportunities and it'll push you to work towards, your health and give you a better immunity and improvement in your health. So that's for Leo. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to learn astrology, real, authentic, Bhrigunandinadi, Jyotish, join our next beginners course. Actually, I call it beginner, but that's level 1. It's way advanced also for a lot of people who have done courses elsewhere, and they also do this level 1, and they love it. You can join on VedicAstrology.com on my website. And if you have questions, you can reach out. My email is here and WhatsApp number is here. So that's for the sign of Leo. Next is Virgo rising. Virgo is where all this action is taking place. Among all the 12 signs, Virgo will feel the energy most strongly. Virgo will see the results, very powerful new opportunities, new things. Entire life will be transformed. Watch the intersection, very important for you, especially Virgo. Watch the intersection, why this is one of the most powerful eclipses in the last decade or so. Solar eclipse is the time of new beginnings, and this eclipse is taking place in your Lagna, in your first house. First house impacts the whole chart. First house is your personality, who you are, your being, yourself. And eclipse is in the energy means it's the death and rebirth. It's the death of the sun and the birth again on the other side. Sun is being engulfed by Ketu. And so this is literally phoenix rising. You will rise and shine. You will have huge opportunities and success over the next 6 months to a year. Now, what you want to do is on that day, of course, do lots of meditation, chanting Gayatri mantra. You can do yagya homa with Gayatri mantras, and then give lots of donations. But that's during that day. But then you'll see the results over the next 6 months to a year. And this eclipse taking place in Hasta Nakshatra, which literally means bringing things in your hand, manifesting things in your hands. And one caution is for Virgo rising, though, is try to let go of little details. That's the downside of exalted Mercury, is that it can be very analytical, extremely analytical, nitpicking, micromanagement. So let go of that. Otherwise, there would be frustration. And then also other thing is, there could be headless mistakes if you are not careful, because Ketu in the Lagna is still there. It's going to be there for a while, but this is giving you huge, powerful spiritual blessings. And now the sun, wherever the sun goes, it triggers that house. It makes that house powerful and illuminates that house, that area of life. So you have the this first house, meaning your health will improve. You will shine as a person, as a being. You will rediscover yourself. And at the same time, your 12th house is getting power, getting activated also. Why? Because Sun is the ruler of the 12th house, Leo, and it's the solar eclipse we're talking about. So the 12th Lord is coming to your Lagna and undergoing through this eclipse. That means you will see a lot of opportunities from abroad. You may do foreign travel. Those will be very fruitful. The results will be seen over the next 6 months to a year. And then Jupiter has been sitting in your ninth house, so share your wisdom with the world, and that's been there for many months. Jupiter has been there, but now with Sun in your Lagna will trigger because there is this trinal aspect. In Brigunandinadi, we always have this trinal aspect for all the 9 planets. So Sun transiting through your Lagna is activating your ninth house as well. That means be a guru, be a teacher, and rise and shine and share your wisdom. There could be some self-doubt because Sun is ego yourself is getting eclipsed with Ketu. Ketu negates everything. But once you become humble, you surrender your ego, then there'll be no self-doubt anymore. There'll be only self, merging of self with the divine, higher self. So that's the energy, that's the blessing of this solar eclipse for Virgo rising. And I mentioned here, this is the time of awakening and change and transformation and renewed focus on your health. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And you can also join our courses. The next level 1 course is starting on September 25th. It's a live course on Zoom. You can join on my website, VedicAstrology.com, or you can send me an email or WhatsApp if you have any questions. So that's for the sign of Virgo. Next is Libra rising. For Libra rising, this eclipse is taking place in your 12th house. And as you can see, the 11th Lord, Sun, is in your 12th house going through an eclipse. So the exact timing of this eclipse is here, October 2nd in US and October 3rd in India. That's the day you want to do lots of meditation, lots of mantras, you can do yagya, fire ceremony, and then you can also give donations, and then some of the remedies that we'll discuss. But the results you'll experience over the next 6 months to a year. That's the nature of eclipse. And solar eclipse means new beginnings, new projects, new initiatives. So you'll have lots of opportunities, new blessings with respect to your 12th house and your 11th house. We'll discuss why. Watch the intro section where we discuss why this particular eclipse is so powerful. One of the most powerful eclipses in the past, decade or so. You may not, this may not be visible everywhere in the world, but that doesn't matter. Eclipse is the energy. And so this eclipse is taking place in Nakshatra of Hasta. That literally means manifesting things in your hands. So first of all, it's taking place in your 12th house, and your 11th Lord is involved. So literally, this could mean there will be a lot of financial opportunities from abroad. 12th house is foreign places, and 11th house is finances and income. So you may get lots of good opportunities, financially viable and good projects from abroad, from travel abroad, or from people, foreigners, or just from also this could mean activating your subconscious mind, and through that you may get a lot of financial rewards as well. So maybe you can develop that as a career. One of the key important things is focus on your subconscious mind, do deep meditation, energy healing, study of esoteric subjects, that is Jyotish, Ayurveda, all of that. And because your 8th house is also activated, that is ruled by Venus. Venus is very strong in your Lagna. At the same time, Jupiter is sitting in the 8th house, giving aspect, giving drishti, giving blessings to your 12th house as well, to all of these planets. So For Libra, your 8th house and 12th house are completely activated. That means, and then your 11th Lord is involved as well. So that's a classic combination for diving deep into esoteric subjects, especially Jyotish, and that will give you financial rewards as well, and will give you connect you with other planes of existence or with your ancestors also. So Yoga Nidra and past life regression would be ideal things for you. Practice those meditations. There's lots of YouTube meditations. So do those, lots of those, and you literally get guidance and messages from your ancestors. And you will also see that you will have lots of people show up in your life all of a sudden from your past, from this life or from previous lifetimes. So you will have visitations or connection with people from the past, and that could be in the form of your dreams or through energy healing, through astral travel, or that could literally be physically that people may show up and reconnect with you because there is still some karmic exchange yet to be done. And then also one of the other big remedies is give donations, especially to like foreign places, to priests or to temples, things like that. So that's the 12th house getting activated. There could be some secretive stuff going on as well. Be careful about that. That's the 12th house. Ketu in the 12th house. Sun is your ego. So Sun transiting through your 12th house means loss of ego. So you have to surrender your ego. Otherwise, this will be a very difficult phase for you. That's one big recommendation. And so solar eclipse is new beginnings, but also wherever sun goes, that house cannot remain hidden. So that house gets eliminated. So your 12th house is the house of focus. A lot of secrets will be revealed, but uh, you have to surrender, let go of your ego. That's the sun in the 12th. 12th house, literally, you can also say house of losses. That's why sun in 12th house means loss of ego, literally. So that's the energy for Libra rising. If you're interested, you can join our courses. Next live course, the level 1 is starting on September 25th. You can join on VedicAstrology.com, or you can send me email or a WhatsApp message. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. That really helps creating all this content for you. So that's for Libra. Next one is uh, Scorpio rising, Scorpio Lagna, Scorpio ascendant. Next is Scorpio rising, Scorpio Lagna. This solar eclipse is taking place specifically on this day, October 2nd in US and October 3rd in India. But the eclipse, the energy, the impact you will feel for the next 6 months to a year. So you can do remedies, you can do things that we will discuss on that day or around those days, but results you'll see over the next 6 months to a year. On that day, especially, you can do lots of chanting, mantras, meditation, yagyas, fire ceremony, Gayatri mantra, especially this solar eclipse taking place in Hasta Nakshatra, that the deity is Savitur, that is Gayatri. And so for Scorpio rising, this eclipse is taking place in your 11th house. And it's a very powerful eclipse. Watch the intro section why I say that. Sun and Mercury is exalted in the 11th house right now at the time of eclipse. And so your 11th house is getting all the power. And also your 10th house is very strong right now because the Lord of the 10th house, that is Sun, the sign is Leo. So the ruler of Leo, of your 10th house, is getting eclipsed, but it's very powerful here in the 11th house. So there could be, first of all, there could be misunderstandings with people related to your 11th house or 10th house also. That means your older siblings or with your friends or on social media. So be careful on social media. That is one big caution. Secondly, also be careful about any misunderstandings in your profession, in your career, in your business. That's the 10th house because the Lord is getting eclipsed. But other than that, solar eclipse means new opportunities, new projects, new beginnings. It's the Amavasya, the new moon, the new cycle. And those new beginnings, you'll see huge benefits, positive results for the next 6 months to a year. And so this will activate your financial gains. You will come up with some new projects, new initiatives, new ideas, or even new business, new profession. You may change your career, actually. Literally, you may completely change your career or just change jobs possible. That's the 10th lord getting eclipsed. And so it's like the death and rebirth of your 10th lord, the sun. And so maybe dissolution of some existing career and then beginning of a new career. And then secondly, this is a good time to rise and shine, in social media, because sun, wherever sun goes, gives you name and fame, gives you this visibility, illuminates that house. Now, because it is with Ketu, it's sun and Ketu is known as Dwaja Kirti Yoga. That means you'll establish your flag, meaning, you'll mark your presence, you'll be famous. So this is time to reach out to the masses, but be careful with your words, what you say and things. Second caution is don't micromanage or don't be too analytical with your friends or on social media. Do not get into debates about nitty-gritty details. Let go of details. Do not micromanage. That's the biggest caution. If you do that, then this eclipse will cause a lot of issues, a lot of troubles, but otherwise, this will give you huge opportunities. You'll develop partnership or friendship with lots of people, a very, deep spiritual friendships, and connections. And one other caution is you want to keep your desires in check. That's what this eclipse is telling you, sitting in your happening in your 11th house, is let go of your materialistic desires, too many excessive desires, because sun is our ego also, right? So that's getting eclipsed with Ketu. Ketu is detachment. Ketu is endings. Ketu is, it cuts off everything. So literally you got to surrender your ego yourself, and then you'll see the abundance and the results and positive blessings in your life. And also 10th house is your career and also connection with the authorities. So you will gain a lot of uh, you know uh, projects or good things, positive developments with respect to dealing with the authorities. That could be in any form. So that's for Scorpio rising. If you are interested in learning astrology, real, authentic, deep astrology, practical astrology, you can join our next upcoming um, level 1 course starting on September 25th. Details will be on VedicAstrology.com. You can send me a message if you want more details or you have questions. And also consider like, share, and subscribe the channel if you like the content so far. And also hit the bell icon to get the notifications. So that's for Scorpio rising. Next one is Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius Lagna. For Sagittarius, this eclipse is taking place in your 10th house. So your career is the focus. Solar eclipse is the time of new beginnings because it's the new moon. And those beginnings, you'll see the results and the impact and actual things happening over the next 6 months to a year. So it's not that overnight you'll see these results. Eclipse is not just a one-day event. The actual eclipse, the actual new moon, the peak of the new moon, exact new moon Amavasya will take place on October 2nd in the US and October 3rd in India early morning. But that's the day you want to do lots of meditation. That's the day you want to give donation and do yagya and homa, because eclipse means the sun and the moon and the earth are in one line. They're aligned in a straight line. So that means our body, mind, and soul, they're very much in alignment. So do lots of sadhana, tapasya, go within, do meditation and mantras. But then also all these areas that we'll discuss will give you these results. So initiate some things related to these houses that will manifest over the next 6 months to a year. This eclipse is very powerful. I've discussed the details in the intro section. Watch the intro section. And it's taking place in Hasta Nakshatra. So literally you can manifest things in your hands with respect to your career, especially. So one thing I recommendation to give is incorporate spirituality in your work, in your profession. That will really be powerful. Um, and then this is the ninth lord getting eclipsed, sitting in the 10th house. That means ninth house is all about being a guru, being a teacher, higher wisdom, higher studies. So it's asking you to share your wisdom in your profession, literally, in your business, in your work. And then also ninth house is our dharma. Ninth house is higher education. This might be a good time to start some higher education. Um, And then also there could be a break in career, like Sun and Ketu, that is, it cuts off, but also it is Dvaja Kirti Yoga. That means it's a yoga for name and fame as well. And especially wherever Sun goes, that house gets eliminated, doesn't remain hidden anymore. So there may be a change in career. There may be like a new beginning of some sort in your professional life, but you will get name and fame. You'll get a lot of success, a lot of new opportunities, new growth, and you'll be recognized for your work also, because 10th house is your recognition, name and fame. So you will be recognized for your hard work and for all your skills. And ninth house also is long distance travel. So this is a wonderful time to take on a pilgrimage, to go on a spiritual yatra, spiritual tour, a retreat of some sort. And then ninth house is also um, our belief system. So you may undergo, because eclipse means the death of the Surya, the sun, and then the rebirth. So you may undergo a death of some, existing belief system, and then a birth of a new belief system. So there may be a shift in the way you approach spiritual beliefs. So that's all the ninth house. And then also could be a sensitive period for your father, because ninth house represents our father and sun is our father getting eclipsed. So be careful with health of your father in general, or some things in your father's life may shift. There could be a shift and change and transformation in your father's life, or with your connection with your father. So that's all happening for the sign of Sagittarius. If you want to learn astrology, we have a new course coming up, live online Zoom classes coming up starting on September 25th. You can sign up at VedicAstrology.com, and you can send me email or WhatsApp message if you want more details. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications. So that's for the sign of Sagittarius. And again, remember, these results will be felt over the next 6 months to a year. Next is Capricorn rising. This solar eclipse is taking place in your ninth house. Watch the introspection why we say this is one of the most powerful eclipses in over a decade. And solar eclipse means new beginnings, because it's a new moon, new cycle, new things happening. So new opportunities related to your ninth house and related to your eighth house as well. We'll explain why. So lots of new opportunities, new projects, new initiatives. And so those things you can start initiating yourself, and that see the results over the next 6 months to a year. But on that day, on the day of new moon, on the day of solar eclipse, do lots of meditation on October 2nd in the US and October 3rd, early morning in India. Do lots of meditation, lots of chanting mantras. Go within and go to an ashram, and or do a spiritual sadhana, the yagyas, the home, the fire ceremony, and give lots of donation. The biggest, and also more than the monetary donation, the biggest donation you can give the Capricorn rising is the donation of wisdom, or sharing your wisdom with the world. That's because this eclipse is taking place in your ninth house. So literally it is telling you that, hey, you want to rise and shine and share your wisdom as a guru, as a teacher, as a consultant, as a coach, as a guide to the world. That's that's the eclipse taking place in the ninth house. This is also a good time for you to start some higher studies, higher education. And also there could be change and transformation in your father's life. That's the ninth house. And or there could be a very deep connection with your father also. And ninth house eclipse will uh, you will transform your spiritual belief system, your spiritual path, or there could be reinforcement, or like you'll get new clarity, because sun and moon and earth, they're all aligned in the same line, in a straight line. So our body, mind, and soul are very much in alignment. So you'll get a lot of insights into your dharmic path, into your spiritual path. That could remain the same, or that might change. There could be change and transformation, but something to do with your ninth house matters will be activated. And good time for long distance travel, for pilgrimage. And then now, this is the eighth lord that is getting eclipsed. So that means deep change, deep transformation, sudden changes may be there in your life. But what it's telling you is, hey, the eighth lord is all the esoteric wisdom. It's coming to the ninth house. That is the house of guru and sharing and wisdom. So you want to be a guru, share all of that secret wisdom with the world, being a guru. That's literally what this is telling you. And you have the blessings of the guru, you have blessings of the Shani from Aquarius, which is retrograde, so comes back to your Lagna, Capricorn. Watch the intersection to understand more details. But this is the eclipse in Hasta Nakshatra. That means literally you can manifest things related to your ninth house and your eighth house matter. So this may be a period where you might get some new inheritance or some shared resources coming your way, or good time to invest those resources and grow your wealth. Invest your heritage, but inheritance, not heritage, your inheritance. And then also your shared resource you can invest and in some spiritual endeavors. That's the connection of eighth house and ninth house. So that's for Capricorn. If you want to learn astrology, you can join our course. Next one is live courses beginning on September 25th. That's the first level. You can join at VedicAstrology.com. You can send me email or send me a WhatsApp message if you have questions. Also, if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications. That's for Capricorn rising. Next one is Aquarius rising, Aquarius Lagna. For Aquarius, this is, see, eclipse is the time of change and transformation. And for Aquarius rising, it's taking place in your eighth house, which is the house of change and transformation. So very massive shift will be happening in your life. Solar eclipse is the time of new beginnings also, because it's a new moon, new cycle, whereas lunar eclipse is endings and completion. Solar eclipse gives you opportunities, new opportunities, new ideas, new projects related to the houses or the house where it's taken place, and other related houses. So for Aquarius, your eighth house will be completely activated. You'll have deep, deep, deep esoteric wisdom. You will discover the secrets of the universe. For among all the 12 signs, Aquarius is the sign that I would say you should definitely start some esoteric studies if you're not doing already. Enroll in some courses, Jyotish, Ayurveda, yoga, energy healing, deep healing, all of those. And so on that day of eclipse, that is October 2nd in the US and October 3rd in India, early morning, do lots of meditation, do deep, deep meditation, Aquarius rising. You can give some charity, you can give some donation, because eighth house is house of excretion also, literally. So give away some things. And you can do yagya, fire ceremony. And then you can, the best thing, as I mentioned, study some deep esoteric subjects. And then eighth house is also inheritance. You may gain inheritance. And now those things may manifest over the next 6 months to a year. But you can set up those things, set up some projects or some initiatives around those areas. So one is inheritance. Second is shared resources. You and your spouse or partner may actually be working on creating some new opportunities with your shared resources. And then also your seventh house will be activated, because seventh lord, Surya, the sun, it's the sign of Leo. So the sun is getting eclipsed in the eighth house, but this is giving you new opportunities, and sun is getting the strength from Mercury. Mercury is exalted sitting with the sun in your eighth house in Virgo. And so that means there will be new beginnings in your relationships. There could be some, you have to be cautious, be careful. There are no secrets, or, there are no misunderstandings. So communication should be very open. Maintain open communication, dialogue with your partner. That's the meaning of seventh lord in the eighth house, means there could be some hidden things. So if you remove those, then this is going to be very powerful time, a change and transformation, new beginnings, new projects. You and your spouse or your partner can undertake some massive new projects that'll give you rewards over the next 6 months to a year. So that's the meaning of this solar eclipse. Watch the intro section where we discussed why this is one of the most powerful eclipse in over a decade. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. And also, if you want to study, learn esoteric subjects, this very deep study of Jyotish, you can join our next upcoming beginner or level 1 course starting on September 25th. And you can sign up at VedicAstrology.com. You can send me email or send me a WhatsApp message if you want to discuss further, or if you have questions and if you want to discuss. Thanks for your time. So that's for Aquarius rising. Next is Pisces rising, Pisces Lagna. For Pisces, this solar eclipse is taking place in your 7th house. Really deep shift, change, transformation in your relationships is going to take place. See, the solar eclipse is the time of new beginnings because it's the new moon. It is the new cycle. And this will be taking place. The specific day is October 2nd in US and October 3rd, early morning in India. That's the exact timing of the new moon. The eclipse. So on that day, do lots of meditation, lots of mantras, lots of yagya, fire ceremony. You can do fasting, you can give donation. But for Pisces, one specific remedy is you can do all of that with your partner. If you're married, do that with your spouse or with your business partner also. That'll be a wonderful classic remedy because this eclipse is taking place in your 7th house of relationships. So do lots of spiritual sadhana with your partner. Solar eclipse means the sun and the moon and the earth are in a one straight line. So that means our body, mind, and soul are aligned. So that alignment is actually activating your relationships. So if you do these remedies with your relationships, that means, see, solar eclipse is new beginnings. So new projects, new initiatives with your partner. So think of doing something new with your partner, and doesn't mean just spiritual things. I'm talking about in your life, like new projects for your work, for your business, for anything. And then also your 6th house is activated because 6th lord is Surya, the sun. The sign is Leo, is getting all the strength because it is sitting in the 7th house, second from itself, and it is with exalted Mercury. It's the dispositor. Mercury is exalted. So getting all the strength. Now, there could be some misunderstandings in your relationships with your partner. So that's one caution. You have to be very careful. But other than that, once you go within and focus on spirituality and your base, the foundation is very solid and very spiritual, then it will give you new opportunities. So this is also a powerful time to initiate some health related activities. Take care of your health. You'll find a solution or healing of health issues. So a good, better time for your health. And also another thing is volunteer service to other people. That's the 6th house. So do that with your partner as well. And 6th house is dealing with the enemies also. So there will be strength, and you'll gain this insights on how to deal with the enemies, both external and internal. So good time to work on your Shadripus, the 6 inner weaknesses of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Basically, just be very strong internally and externally. So that's the energy of this eclipse. So that's for Pisces rising. Now, if you're interested in learning astrology, very deep science, you can join our next upcoming beginners course or level 1 course that's starting on September 25th. You can sign up at VedicAstrology.com. You can send me email or WhatsApp me a message. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get the notifications. So that's for all the 12 signs. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. May this eclipse bring a lot of blessings in all of our lives. Namaste.